الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على خير خلق الله Muhammad bin Abdullah. It is not for nothing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are Surat An-Nur, and the verse number 4. But this surah is different from other surahs that we had before. Sometimes we get 10, 15 surah, but this one we cannot go beyond few verses, simply because the ayat, that the verses that are here are talking about so many things. So I will prefer to spend more time explaining and every ruling connected to those verses instead of going having many verses. It's you remember the last time we only had how many? We had only 4 ayah, and today it's not going to be long because we have many hukum, inshallah. You see, we're talking about accusing a woman of adultery. What used to happen, the beginning, if you accuse a woman of adultery, then you have to bring how many proof? How many witnesses? 4. If you don't have 4 witnesses, you will be slashed. 80 slashes on the back. What happened is that some of the companions, they came to complain to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imagine somebody come and say, I saw somebody with my wife. Prophet Muhammad said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, bring me the proof, the 3 more others, or we will slash you. SubhanAllah. He said, Prophet, how can I see somebody with my wife? That's painful, and at the same time you will be slashing me again. It is even more what? Painful. And Sa'd bin Ubadah, one of the leaders of Medina, he said, Prophet, if I see somebody with my wife, I'm sorry for this guy. This guy is done. I'm going to finish his life. This is not easy for any culture. Remember, it's not easy for any culture. So we have an issue here that sometimes you could see something, but you don't have enough what? Enough proof. You have yourself, probably, but to bring 3 more others, and these situations, people hide when they are committing adultery. You hardly see them, unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help you. This is what happened to those companions. There's a man called Sharik bin Samha. They don't even know his father's name because that's a woman name. Sharik bin Abda at-Samha. You see, I say Samha. This is a female name, As-Samha. This man committed adultery with a woman, and the husband saw them. A lot of scholars say it is Hilal bin Umayyah, Allahu A'lam. It could be Hilal, it could be Al-Ajluni, another person. So when they committed adultery, the husband saw them, and he came to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Prophet, and he said, I saw somebody with my wife. Prophet said, you have to bring the proof or we will what? Slash him. قال والذي بعثك بالحق سينزل الله في أمري. He said, Wallahi, I swear to Allah, Allah is not going to slash me. This is the one who sent you with the truth is going to prove to you that what I said is what? It's true. And Allah revealed this ayah. See, that's a very what? It's very indicative that what the man said is what? It's true. But when you say that, then it becomes an issue. We have to distinguish between 2 people. If you accuse accuse somebody who's not your wife, you have to bring what? 4. But if you accuse your wife, the situation become different. We don't need 4 people. That's what this ayah is talking about. Look what he said. وَالَّذِينَ يَرْمُونَ الْمُحْصَنَاتِ. Al-Muhsanat is a woman who is married. Okay? ثُمَّ لَمْ يَأْتُوا بِأَرْبَعَةِ شُهَدَاء. But you didn't bring what? 4. فَاجْلِدُوهُمْ ثَمَانِينَ جَلْدَةً. Slash them 80 slashes. This is for somebody who is not your wife. وَلَا تَقْبَلُوا لَهُمْ شَهَادَةً أَبَدًا. Do not ever take witness from these people. Which means if anything happens, they cannot serve as a witness. We have lost trust in them. وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ. Those are the disobeyers. الفسوق هنا فسوق أصغر. It is a fasiq that you do not trust. Because the man who is accusing somebody could be a Muslim. So القرينة تدل على أنه فسوق أصغر. It's not kafir. قال إلا الذين تابوا. Even this one will show that he is not kafir, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said إلا الذين تابوا من بعد ذلك. Unless if they repent. Some scholars said we will never take witness from them, but I don't buy that. Because you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said إلا الذين تابوا. It's a big issue in usul fiqh. But what I say is that when he repents, وَأَصْلَحُ, and they were very kind, فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Even this one shows that Allah has forgiven them, which means they will be considered part of the society. Okay? It could be this one mistake he did, but after that we will accept his witness. Okay? Now, we have قال هذه الآية نزلت في الخاذفين. Now we have 2 ayah here. This one is about accusing. Some scholars even said this was revealed about who? About those who accused Sayyidina Aisha. You remember Aisha was accused of what? Adultery wal-'iyaz billah. The most revered woman, the most loved woman to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was accused of what? Of zina. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests people. You know, it tests people. And the more faith you have, the more you'll be tested. This is very difficult. For example, you and I, if somebody accuses our wife, it's hard. How about the wife of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? And it becomes rumors. This man is not a regular person. This is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He did not even accuse anyone but his wife. Not every wife, but the most beloved wife to him. That's very difficult. But this ayah, when it was revealed, as you will see in the future of in the same surah, you will see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala vindicated who? Aisha alayhi salatu wasalam. Now, the next ayah will come, and he said, we'll talk about qazf first, right? Al-qazf. Now, as I told you, we can learn so many things about this ayat. Now, he said, the scholar said, what if I accuse a woman who's not a Muslim, a man who is not a Muslim? Can I be slashed? قال الجمهور من العلماء أنه لا حد على من قذف رجلا من أهل الكتاب أو امرأة منهم فعليه ما على المسلم 80. If you accuse a non-Muslim, can you be slashed? You cannot be slashed. You can't. لماذا؟ لأن الله سبحانه وتعالى يقول ولن يجعل الله للكافرين على المؤمنين سبيلا. لا. والمسلم لا يقتل بالكافر. A Muslim cannot even be killed by a kafir. No. No. Even if he kills him. لماذا؟ لأن دم الكافر غير معصوم. That's the first thing. But what if a kafir accuses a Muslim? What's going to happen? يحد. The kafir accused a Muslim of adultery. He accused him, قذفه. But we found that what he said is not true. يحد. He will be beaten. Remember, Islam doesn't make Muslims and kuffar equal. We don't have, no. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, هذه نوع من العزة. It is a kind to show, قال ولن يجعل الله للكافرين على المؤمنين سبيلا. Now we know that now. قال اختلف العلماء. Scholars said, if you said to somebody, يا من وطئ بين الفخذين, you who have done this between two legs, is that considered an accusation of or not? The words here are not clear, but it hints to something, right? The scholar said no. Why? Because it could be anything. You have done something between two legs. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be necessarily what? Because remember, if anything is vague, it shouldn't be part of this. Remember when you had four people who accused a man and a woman of adultery. So they came and asked them. They have to say something. I saw him in this action, this one in this one. The third, one of them said, well, I didn't see them exactly in action. I didn't say anything, but I saw them. They had a blanket on and they were what? Moving. They said, no, that is a shubha. We have to know this. If anything is vague into this, we don't take it, because it entails a severe punishment. We don't have to take it what? Lightly. This is why Sharia is very strict when it comes of accusation of what? Of what? Of people. Very, very important. Okay? Now, قال, what another hukum? قال ثم لم يأتوا بأربعة شهداء. It means يفتقر إلى أربعة. They have to bring what? 4 witnesses. Usually when we are witnessing anything, the witnesses are how many? Let's leave adultery away. For example, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِذَا تَدَايَنْتُمْ بِدَيْنٍ إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ مُسَمًّى فَاكْتُبُوهُ. And what he said? قال, we need 2 witnesses there, right? If you continue the ayah, قال فاكتبوه. وليكتب بينكم. ولا يأبى كاتب أن يكتب كما. قال فإن لم يكونا شهيدين فرجل وامرأتان. Anything we want to witness, we usually need 2 people, 2 men. If there are no men, we will have 1 man and 2 what? 2 women. Except zina, it was made what? 4. And that is to teach us something very interesting. It shows how strict Islam is about the accusation of people of what? Of what? Of adultery. Okay? Very, very important. Now, if one of them changes his mind, one of them changes his mind, فيرجع أحد الشهود وقد رجم المشهود عليه في الزنا فقال طائفة يغرم ربع الدية ولا شيء على الآخر. Now what are we going to do? If one of them changes his mind and said, well, what I said is not true. What are we going to do? فقال طائفة يغرم ربع الدية ولا شيء على الآخرين وكذلك قال وأصحاب الرأي إن قال عمدت, if this in, I think if one of them changes his mind, they're going to be slashed, they're going to be beaten up. Okay, but subhanallah, if it entails, and entails in English means leading to something, if it entails it entailed the death of a man. Remember, for example, we accuse a woman of adultery. A woman is married, and this led to the death of this woman. After her death, a man come and say, well, what I said is not true. I just said I wanted to accuse him because I don't like him, or for whatever reason. What's going to happen? Which means he had caused the death of what? Of a what? An innocent person. That's very serious. Scholars said, in qala amidtu fal awliya, then bil khayari, then the family members will give him the choice. Now this man has caused the death of your sister. It's up to you. Or of your daughter, it's up to you. If you want to preserve his life, fine. If you want to kill him, he should be killed. Because he intentionally led, his testimony intentionally led to the death of what? So al-qasfu is very, very serious. Okay? Now, the second ayah, these people, those who accuse women, they could not have any proof. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, don't take don't take shahada from them. They will never be witness in anything except if they repent. But this is for a man who is accusing of a woman who is not what? Who is not his wife. Now, the problem will happen when somebody accuses a woman of what? Of what? Of his own wife of what? Of adultery. As I told you, this is mostly what happens, is that when these things are being committed, a group of people will never see them, but sometimes you will see, the husband may what? You remember when Sayyidina Yusuf and this woman were fighting? Yusuf is trying to run away and she's trying to what? To grab him from the back. فاستبق الباب وقدت قميصه من دبر وألف يا سيدها لدى الباب. This is what happens. Not the Jama'ah. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala excluded the husband from the rest of what? Rest of the Jama'ah. Okay? Now, what's going to happen? قال ولم يكن لهم شهداء إلا أنفسهم. Except yourself. Well, I'm the only one who saw her. We're now going to say we have to slash this man. That was the hukum before, until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this ayah. فشهادة أحدهم أربع شهادات بالله. Subhanallah. It will come and take the testimony. The testimony that, hey, what I said is true. And as I told you, the sababun nuzul of this ayah is that there was a companion, and this hadith is sahih, from Abu Dawood and Abdullah ibn Abbas. Abdullah ibn Abbas, he said, a man by the name Hilal ibn Umayyah. This man is very known because he has two cases in Al-Quran al-Karim. Remember, He is one of the 3 people who did not attend Ghazwat Tabuk. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but he was very truthful. This man doesn't lie. These are among those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَعَلَى الثَّلَاثَةِ الَّذِينَ خُلِّفُوا حَتَّى إِذَا ضَاقَتْ عَلَيْهِمْ الْأَرْضُ بِمَا وَضَاقَتْ عَلَيْهِمْ أَنفُسُهُمْ وَظَنُّوا أَنْ لَا مَلْجَأَ مِنَ اللَّهِ إِلَّا ثُمَّ تَابَ عَلَيْهِمْ لِيَتُوبُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ التَّوَّابُ. He was one of those who did not go for Ghazwat Tabuk. But when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came back, they did not lie. They did not they didn't try to give themselves excuses and say, well, my son was sick, my wife was sick. No. They said, we didn't go just because we didn't want to go. And this issue, Hilal bin Umayyah had 2 issues in the Quran al-Karim. So what happened, according to many, that they said that Hilal found a man called Sharik bin Samha with his wife. And he went to Prophet Sallallahu. I think he was able to contain himself until he went to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But Prophet said, Prophet, I saw someone. No, he said, what if someone saw a man with his wife, but he's the only one who saw them? Prophet Muhammad said, Al-bayyinatu aw haddun ala dhahrik. Bring us the proof, or we will slash you what? In the back. He said, this is very hard. And Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas said, Subhanallah, Sa'ad bin Ubadah. He said, if I see somebody with my wife, I'm sorry for that guy. That guy is what? Is finished. I'm going to kill him. And the Sahaba were looking at him. Prophet said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, أتعجبون من غيرة سعد فوالله إني لأغير من سعد والله أغير مني. He said, are you astonished at the how you call this? The jealousy of who? Of Sa'ad. I am more jealous than Sa'ad. A man, if you don't have jealousy is not only about love. There's a jealousy about the Quran al-Karim, right? There's a jealousy about your faith, right? There's a jealousy about your pride. There's a jealousy in so many things. We only put the jealousy about women. No. That's a less one. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very jealous. There's nobody who is more jealous than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wallahi. When Sa'ad said, Prophet Muhammad, I see somebody on top of my wife, and I come and tell you, no, this guy is dead. The Sahaba look at him. He said, Wallahi, أتعجبون من غيرة سعد فوالله إني لأغير من سعد والله سبحانه وتعالى أغير مني. He said, Wallahi, I am more jealous than Sa'ad. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is saying that. And let me tell you, and he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more jealous than me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very jealous. This is why he does not allow anyone to associate anything to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Said, Inna Allah la yaghfiru an yushraka bih wa yaghfiru ma duna dhalika liman yasha. Why does he allow why he does not allow anyone to associate anything to him? Why? It's jealousy. It's jealous. That's right. Jealousy is about your right. Jealousy is about the right of Islam. Jealousy is the right of the Sunnah. The thing that you see that you do not like about yourself, your family, about Allah, about Islam. All of these are part of jealousies. So this what was the history. But some scholars said that it is not between Sharik bin Samha and the wife of Hilal bin Umayyah. No. It was about they said the accuser here is not Hilal ibn Umayyah. It's Uwaymir ibn Zayd ibn al-Jadd ibn al-Ajlani. This is another Sahaba. And I hope this is better because Hilal is very no. So it is not Hilal who accused Sharik bin Samha. It is Uwaymir bin Zayd. Okay? It is Uwaymir bin Zayd. But in both cases, they accuse one person, which is Sharik bin Samha. And whatever it is, the wife of Uwaymir bin Zayd or the wife of Hilal bin Umayyah, I think this issue was true. Somebody found someone having adultery with what? With what? With his wife. And subhanallah, they said when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked them, he warned them, the woman knew exactly what she did. And when they did what we are doing now in al-fiqh is called al-mula'ana. If you do that, what's going to happen? Because it is possible that the man is lying, right? It is also possible that the woman is what? Committed adultery. Maybe she's lying too. When she said, no, I'm innocent. They have, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created something here that we call al-mula'ana. How is al-mula'ana? Al-mula'ana is قال فشهادة أحدهم. الشهادة هنا بمعنى اليمين. الشهادة here is not a witness. Someone cannot be witness of himself, right? Otherwise, everybody is going to be what? Witness of himself. Yes, I'm right. No, witness. But shahada here, it means the swearing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if you look, قال فشهادة أحدهم أربع شهادات بالله إنه لمن الصادقين. How is that going to be happen? The scholars come and they say this is how it's going to happen. Al-Hakim will come, which is the Qadi or the judge will come. The man will say, Ashhadu billahi la ra'aytuha tazni. I witness, I swear to Allah that I saw her committing what? Adultery. Wa ra'aytu farj az-zani fi farjiha. I saw them in action. Or you say, لقد زنت وما وطأتها بعد زناها. He said, she committed adultery and I never touched her after the adultery. Okay? And you are going to repeat this word 4 times. I witnessed that I saw her. I witnessed that I saw her. I witnessed that I saw her. And I never had a contact with her after she had this adultery. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَشَهَادَةُ أَحَدِهِمْ أَرْبَعُ شَهَادَاتٍ. Then, the 5th one, you will say, وَالْخَامِسَةُ أَنَّ لَعْنَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ. And you will say, there is a la'na on me. There is a curse upon me if what I said is not true. This is a very serious thing. And do not take that. They say the Imam will even come and say, the 5th one, إِنَّهَا قَدْ وَجَبَتْ. He will come and tell you, listen, the last one that you are saying is more even serious. If you are really truthful in what you are saying, say it. Or if you're not truthful, it's better for you to back up. Because la'natullah here is very, very dangerous. وَالْخَامِسَةُ أَنَّ لَعْنَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ إِنْ كَانَ مِنَ الْكَاذِبِينَ. Now, when a man says that, we bring a woman again. A woman also, what do you think? This man has accused you. She will swear that what the man, let's see, the scholars, this is not difficult to understand. A woman could say, for example, أشهد بالله إنه لكاذب أو إنه لمن الكاذبين فيما ادعاه علي وذكر عني. I will witness that he is lying of what he accused me of, and he is a liar. Subhanallah. And Subhanallah. And what's going to happen after the fourth one? She will say, for example, وَالْخَامِسَةُ أَنَّ غَضَبَ اللَّهَ عَلَيَّ إِنْ كَانَ مِنَ صَادِقٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's wrath and anger is upon me. And they will warn her. You either have to back up or you continue. But if you say, وَالْخَامِسَةُ أَنَّ غَضَبَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be angry, is going to get what? Angry what? And nobody knows at which length this word means. It could be very serious here in your life and the life what? After. This is how lying in this particular place is not. But that's why the scholars used to say, قال أمر رجلا حيث أمر المتلاعنين أن يضع يده على فيه عند الخامس. He said, put your hand on your mouth. So don't say the fifth one. If you think what you are saying is what? Is not true. Otherwise, leave it and say it. ولكنها موجبة. This word is very dangerous. إنها موجبة. بمعنى أنها توجب تعجب إما لعنة الله أو غضب الله. It will entail the wrath of Allah, the anger of Allah, or the curses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on you. That's how serious it is. If that happens, both of them have, the one has accused a woman and the woman also has denied, what's going to happen? They will be separated forever. These people will never get married again. Okay? Now, al-li'an, we will talk about al-li'an today. And probably al-li'an, we will talk about some of the hukum of what we just learned. Okay? Very, very important. Now, قال رأى أبو حنيفة إن الرجل إيمان إذا قذف زوجته بالزنا, accuse his wife of zina قبل أن يتزوجها. Before he marry her, فإنه يلاعن. أبو حنيفة, this is what Abu Hanifa said. ونسي ذلك أن ذلك قد تضمنه قوله والذين يرمون المحصنات. No, I don't think if you don't marry a woman, the woman is not your wife, that if you accuse her of adultery, there is no li'an there. What is there? That is considered what? هل هذا يعتبر لعانا أو قذفا؟ هذا قذف. If you accuse anyone who is not your wife, that is not going to be li'an. I mean, you're not going to exchange that what we just said, but it's going to be an accusation of what? A woman who is not your wife, right? Even if you had engaged her. That's not li'an. Abu Hanifa, what he said here is not. Now, هل هناك ملاعنة? Do you have ملاعنة بين الرجل وزوجته بعد انقضاء العدة؟ If you is there any ملاعنة between a man and a woman after they had divorced and the period of divorce had finished already? The period, the grace period, I can say, the period in which a woman has to wait until the divorce is what? Finalized. What if you accuse a woman after that? Do we have li'an or qazf? We have qazf. There's no li'an. I don't know if you understand this issue. A man was accusing of a woman of what? They had divorce, But a woman was praying for the period to end, which is probably 3 months. Then after that, he accused her of what? There is no li'an here. We have a qazf. But if it was within the period, let's say he divorced her, and she was waiting for 3 months before the time, what you call iddah, did not finish, he accused him, then they have what? They have li'an. Why? Because the woman is still his what? His wife. As long as the iddah did not finish, a woman is considered a wife of any person. It's after the iddah. The scholar said something here. إلا أن يكون الرجل غائبا فتأتي امرأته بولد في مغيبه وهو لا يعلم. وهي أن يكون الرجل غائبا فتأتي امرأته بولد في مغيبه وهو لا يعلم فيطلقها فتنقضي عدتها ثم يقدم فينفيه فله أن يلاعنها هنا بعد العدة. Trying to understand this. A man accusing a woman, but he was not there, and he came back after he was absent, and a woman had a child when he was absent. Then he comes and what? Yeah? There's a proof of what? When the man was not? Yes. But what if he did not talk about the period, how long the period took? You could be absent. Yeah, I think he did not mention but assuming that there was a time when somebody could go and come back. It's a time for somebody to get pregnant and give birth before the man even comes. In this situation, if you accuse her of adultery, it could be what? It could be li'an, because you are negating the child from yourself. I'm trying to get you some of the hukum that we have in now. What if you have 4 people who accuse a woman of adultery, and among them there is a husband? What are you going to do in this case? Did you understand? A husband alone will entail li'an, right? But what if you have 3 others? Yeah. The 3 are witnesses, but they are not husband. قال فإن الزوج يلاعن وتحد الشهود الثلاثة. I don't think that doesn't make any sense. They said we ask a man to make li'an, which means to swear, and the other one will be what? They will be slashed. I don't think that makes any sense. هذا قول الإمام الشافعي, and some of the scholars said لا يحدون. They will not be what? I think for me here, if these 4 people are really truthful, none of them recanted, none of them took their witness away, that this woman should be what? Should be. So we have to put had on this what? On this lady. Why? Because the testimony of one person, which is a husband, is enough for a woman to be what? To be slashed. What if that's a very strong proof? We have to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the witness of 4 people equal to witness of what? One single person who is what? That's very strong. It's a very strong one. This ayah is talking about something very, very strong. As I told you, the shahada, every single thing that we have, if you are we are taking shahada in Islam, except the adultery, we need two, right? يا أيها الذين آمنوا شهادة أحدكم إذا حضر أحدكم الموت حين الوصية اثنان ذوى عدل منكم أو آخران إن أنتم ضربتم في الأرض اثنان واستشهدوا شهيدين من رجالكم فإن لم يكونا رجلين فرجل وامرأتان. Two all the time, except for zina. Zina, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said what? We need what? We need four. So I think what Imam said here, if we have four people and one of them is a husband, I think that's enough for this one. It doesn't have to be. A man could have the li'an and the other one will take their witnesses. If both of them are combined, I think that's enough to accuse this woman. But she will also have the right to defend herself. وَيَدْرَأُ عَنْهَا الْعَذَابِ. Very, very important. We have talked about the way kayfiyatul li'an is. Now, where the li'an is going to happen, look how important it is. The scholars said, اللعان يفتقر إلى أربعة أشياء. Li'an, we will need four things. The first one, عدد الألفاظ. The numbers of what? Of the words. شهادة أربع شهادات. والله رأيتها إنها لتزني. والله رأيتها إنها لتزني. والله رأيتها إنها لتزني. والله رأيتها إنها تزني. رأيتهما معا. And he said, والله إن لعنة الله علي إن كنت من الكاذبين. Four. And the fifth one. Okay. Now, and also, the scholars said something here very important. قال وهو أن يقصد به أشرف البقاع بالبلدان. We take the most secret place to do li'an. What is that place? For us as a Muslim, Al-Masjid. They bring them to the Masjid so that they will know that this issue is what? Is very what? Is very serious. قال فإن كان بمكة فعند الركن والمقام. Look, they even go to Al-Rukn, Maqam Ibrahim, close to Al-Kaaba, subhanallah. فإن كان بالمدينة, if it happened in Medina, فعند المنبر. It is close to what? To the minbar. How could somebody go there and lie? But in today's life, you're going to lie. Even if you are, As a matter of fact, a woman lied about adultery, although all of this what? They warned her and she lied. And after that, after li'an, she said, I will not have to shame my family. لم أكن لأفضح أهلي آخر النهار. Maybe she preferred to lie because she thinks that's very shameful to her family. It is shameful, that's right. You committed adultery, but not for your family. It's what for your what? Yourself. But imagine the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on somebody. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, listen, if the child comes this way, he said on the right side, which means the child looks like the father, the husband, then whatever was said against her is what? Is not true. But it's come the other way, ja'adan, because She was accused of a woman, a man who was black. That's how we said. The man says شريك بن السمحاء. السمحاء كانت امرأة سوداء. I'm not, anything could happen. And the Sharik himself is black. Now we're not talking to embarrass ourselves here. But what happened in history, we have to say the way what? The way it is. And Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, if the child comes in certain way, then we will know that this child is what? Is the child of the husband. But it can be this way and this way, then we have to know that what was said what? It is what? And the child came to the left side. The child came exactly as the way you see this man that was accused of adultery with her, the child came the same way. And that is after li'an, but she was pregnant. Ya subhanallah. And this is a big proof that what the man said, the husband said, it was what? It was true. Although she did not, this is why Shariah did not allow these two people to reunite again. Okay? That is a big issue. Now we said if we have to bring them for li'an, it has to be in the most secret place. We talk about Al-Kaaba, talk about Al-Madinah. They said if it's in Bayt al-Maqdis, فَعِنْدَ الصَّخْرَةِ. Yeah. I think the most secret place of Bayt al-Maqdis also is what? As-Sakhra. Okay? Now, if it's in a different places on earth, not the three places, then it has to be in our respective where? Mosque. Okay? But what if they are, both of them live in an Islamic country, but they are not Muslims? What you gonna do? They are two Christians, they live in an Islamic world. Sometimes this happens. You're not going to take them to the masjid because masjid doesn't mean anything to them. They can lie and live out. It's a masjid. So what are you going to do? You take them to the most secret place to them. They don't care about the masjid, but they care about what? The church. Remember, this something is in your what? Yes. They go to the church, any secret place. What makes them scared of lying? You take them there. Wallahi, the scholars say that. And they will go and swear. They will say to what they swear in. We just want to know the truth because they live in our Islamic countries. A law has to be applied to them. Al-li'an is going to be in that particular place. The scholars say that. قال وإن كانا كافرين بعث بهما إلى الموضع الذي يعتقدان تعظيمه. وإن كان يهودين, if they were two Jewish couple, فالكنيسة, they has to go where? To the synagogue. كنيسة here means synagogue. وإن كان مجوسين, if they are, the Majus, those who worship what? Fire. ففي بيت النار. The house of what? The house of what? This is what they revere. This is what they respect. قال وإن كان لا دين لهما. What if they are atheists? They don't have what? They don't have any faith. Where are we going to take them? To the city hall. They go in front of what? The church. But it has to be somewhere when people will feel that what I am doing now is very serious. Because al-mula'ana will entail the divorce forever. And you will entail also the accusation of one against what? The other. Okay? Is li'an talaq or it is not? Aha. Some people say it's talaq, but it's even more than what? It's more than talaq. Because هذه يعني فسخ النكاح. They call it fisq in Arabic. If anything happens that people are separated totally, it's called fisq because of what has happened within the marriage. And li'an is one of them. Okay? So, this hukum that we have today, the differences of al-qasfu and li'an, it just depends on the nature of the one who is what? Accusing. If people accuse a woman of adultery, they have to be four. And all of them have to be clear in what they saw. If it is a husband, we don't need four people. We need only what? The husband. And the husband will have to swear, the 4 times that we say. A woman also will have the opportunity to defend herself, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in Al-Quran Al-Karim. This is what we have concerning. La'an is not only accusing a woman of adultery, but if you deny also a child, right? The child comes and says, this is not mine. It's not what? It's not my son. You're accusing a woman. Ah, yeah. They have to do li'an. They will have to do li'an. And the child is not going to be attributed to the what? To, yes, very, very important. The opposite of. Wallahi, I was thinking about that. What if this happens? The scholars didn't talk about it. And I don't want to speculate. If you know anything better, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not even talk about it. But no, that is even more than what? Who most likely commit adultery? Is it a woman or a man? Man. No. Men betray more than women. But I think in our today's life, we all know where we're coming from. Men betray more. Men have the lust to be connected to many women than women have what? The lust to be connected to many. Maybe fiqh was able to talk about that. Unfortunately, they didn't put anything here. But it's a very good question. Okay, now you can finish this one and we will open up the debate for any question, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.